What's good? Man, y'all drive a hard bargain, boy. My goodness. Y'all are a very determined group of individuals. You was like, I want to talk about it, Sino, and I want to talk about it now. Now, Sino. Now. Let's talk about it now. It's free agency. The Bulls are for real. I told you the Bulls, what was that, on the live stream? Was it yesterday or the day before? That the Bulls is putting together a plan to get DeRozan. And if he wanted to stay with the Lakers, he was going to have to take a pay cut because they couldn't afford to get him. And voila, he's a Chicago Bull. This was the Bulls' plan all along. Now they're supposed to be paying Caruso to be a Chicago Bull. Why? I have no idea, but he's white. Bulls like white guys. He's right up their alley. I sent shoes to Kwame. True. Boxes. You don't remember? For this very drive that he's doing. Yeah. So make sure you pick your face up off the floor. Now, the Celtics have been quiet. Not really. The Celtics, they already have a nucleus in place. They needed a couple of players to help with experience. They brought back veteran leadership by bringing back their own veteran. But let's look at the superstar Laker team who has really decided to superpower their team. Now, what people didn't see, the Lakers are supposedly getting Kent Bazemore, if he's not there already, Carmelo Anthony, Trevor Ariza. They have super stacked their team behind everyone's back. All of this to help LeBron, but LeBron is supposed to be the king, right? Because they need all this help for him just to get his butt to the Western Conference Final. But you see, when they start doing this, these teams don't normally win. Patty Mills signed with the Brooklyn Nets. So now, if Kyrie Irving gets hurt, they have a veteran guard that can come in and play. So they won't have the problem that they had last year, where James Harden had to come in playing hurt. To try to save the team. Hit the like button, good people, because they're not sending out notifications the way they're supposed to, the whole nine. How many of you guys in here got a notification? Moncino, we got Rubio. Rubio has proven to be unreliable. Yeah, bleep LeBron all day. Now, what isn't happening that was surprising is about the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks, to me, were very disappointing in free agency. Very disappointing. But my thing is, I have a problem with is a lot of you and a lot of the people that's on social media. When the Brooklyn Nets were assembling their team and James Harden went to the Brooklyn Nets, oh my God, y'all couldn't help but to attack him. Y'all did nothing but attack the Brooklyn Nets all season long. Couldn't wait for them to fail. Because if they won it, you couldn't wait for them to win it so you could talk shit about them. You couldn't wait. Yep. I don't care that Westbrook is over there. Did you hear me crying that they got Westbrook? I told you they were getting Westbrook. I told you they was gonna get Carmelo Anthony. Did you not remember? Last week, I'm breaking the news before ESPN and all these sports channels. Now, if I'm breaking the news, who they getting it from? I told y'all last week, Carmelo Anthony was coming to the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't know what number that is, but I have to call it back. The worst thing for the NBA is to let LeBron win a championship. That's the worst thing for the league. You want to know why? The reason it's the worst thing for the league? Because your stock and your talent is being developed and it's ready to go. But you're afraid to let go. The NBA had to let go of Michael Jordan. The NBA had to let go of Kobe Bryant. The league, because we have this passive-aggressive commissioner, he don't know when it's time to cut the cord. The cord was supposed to be cut 5 years ago. Golden State, they stuff close to house. That's one thing I give with their information. It's kind of hard to get information out of them because the people that normally work over there in Golden State, the majority of those people, they are very loyal to the company, and they take vendettas out on people. And they're not a large market like, say, the Lakers. So all of the attention to the Lakers and Clippers, really. Even the powerhouse until Steph came, then everybody started going from LA Laker game to go over there and see Golden State. And you got Snoop at the Warriors game, like he's a Laker fan. Y'all wasn't supporting them when Kobe was injured and they was out there playing. You wasn't at those games. Celebrities weren't showing up. Snoop sitting out there with E40. Like, I'll be a Laker fan again once we assemble a team that I can respect. Ta-da. ESPN did not tell you the exact details of that trade like I told you. Every player that I mentioned in that trade was the ones that were traded. Every single one for Russell Westbrook. And the draft picks. Now, if I knew that on June the 8th, how come on July 27th, almost 2 months later, do they announce the trade? Because the trade was already done. The players already knew they were moving. The league knew. They want to hold it on for dramatic effect because people get excited about trades. So they want to save that for the draft. Try to tell you, man, it's all a theatrical show. And the league hates me because I'm telling y'all what is your God-given right to know. Hit the like button. Don't forget the super chat works. My Cash App is Carceno. Y'all know that. Oh yeah, you know I'm gonna hold it down. Yeah, we got 3 baseball fields. Not 1, not 2, but 3. 3 baseball fields. Damn. There's places that don't even have 1. And we got 3 right by each other. Like, damn, is that much baseball going around? Hey. Yeah, this is one of the fields. This is the field I injured my foot on. And career is over for baseball. Nah, ain't nobody talking about Hassan. We done finished him already. He's finished. He's done. He can't come back after that video. The one last night. He won't. Tell him to call up Frisco Don. He can go rumble with him. See if he wants some of Frisco. Look, a second baseball field. And just when you think 2 baseball fields would be enough, that's more than overkill. We got 3 goddamn baseball fields. But we can't get one of them in the hood. I mean, these are fully developed baseball fields with benches. 3. They even tell you, field 3. Shoot, in the hood, we used to make our own bases. Whoever was wearing a jacket, they take their jacket off, drop it, that's first base. Somebody put a shirt over there, that's second base. I don't even know where we got a bat. Somebody else had the ball, and that was the game. That's how you played in the hood. Here they got full everything. But that's what I'm talking about. This is the difference between a nurturing community and where we grew up, where there was no recreational centers, where there are no coding centers. We got a coding center right around the corner for robotics. And you know who all in there? Indian Americans. Last names Patel and Modi's are all in there, learning robotics, learning to become engineers, and learning about numbers. Because over there, they put education first in their household. Whoever said community colleges were a bad thing? Sometimes they're better than university. Because that's one of the last things people check on a resume. People think they check for where you went to school. That only helps you if you're going to somebody who's in the same alma mater as you. And you're like, oh, you went to Cornell too, so did I. Mostly they don't care. If you got work experience, that is the #1 requirement in getting a job. Let me tell you that right now. My friend is learning that and had to learn it from going to school, getting his bachelor's, getting his master's. He had all these degrees. Used his GI. The GI Bill paid for the majority of his school. Then he had to pay the rest once that was up. They paid a portion of it. Now, that means he had like $15,000, $16,000 he had to pay back out of pocket, which isn't a lot. Believe me, there's people with $27,000 loans for colleges, paying off student loans. His was like $16,000. So Going into that, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my old tennis racket out. See, they got a tennis court and everything. But going into that, I say that to say this, right? And thank you all for the super chat. Love you. Appreciate it. 16,000. He owe. He come out. Okay, he finna get right in the job, getting his field of work. Everywhere he goes, we want to hire you. Yeah, you got your degrees, but you don't have any work experience. What? Dude, I've been in school doing what I'm supposed to do. I know how to do the job. Yeah, but you don't have any experience. Come back when you get some experience. How am I supposed to get experience when you won't give me the job to get the damn experience? You see? You see the trap? So he can't get a job because mostly he's African American into a job that's pretty much dominated by Caucasians and Indian Americans. Are the number 1, 2, then Hispanics are third in that field. Then fourth are Asians. But he couldn't get a job. And he had the better certifications than the guy who was giving him the interview. And the guy doing the interview said it. He's like, man, I didn't even stay to get this. And you got that? Wow. That's impressive. But I can't hire you. You don't have any really field experience. So, job experience pays a lot of dividends. There's plenty of people now in today's time with Harvard degrees who never been to Harvard. I'm telling you right now. You think it's a joke? They didn't even go to Harvard. They got Harvard degrees. It's ways, man. If people don't realize that we're the lowest paid in America, I mean, that's been forever. But what's worse is that we're not taking advantage of education. We're not taking advantage of what we should be taking advantage of, which is learning. You guys got electronic devices that have all the information in the world basically in front of your face. On your telephone, on your tablets, on your computers. Take the time out to learn. People say they want to do stuff all the time, but they don't never take the steps of what it takes to get there. People be like, yo man, I want to make me a movie. But okay, you want to make a movie? Do you take any film classes? Did you want to direct? You want to act in it? You want to be a producer assistant? You want to deal with the financial costs of a movie? You want to deal with all that nonsense? Because all of it you're going to get hit with, and you ain't going to like the movie business real very much once you start getting hit with all this stuff. Trust me. Now, don't forget to hit the like button up. We supposed to hit the like button is free. Y'all should have hit that coming through the door. Now, what we've seen over the past few years is that the National Basketball Association has made changes because people in the union are saying too many of these African American men we're getting at like 18, 19 years of age and giving them millions of dollars, and we don't have anything in place teaching them of how to keep it. They're being ripped off by managers, assistants, and all they think is, I'm gonna get a rap label because they're young. And we sit here and criticize the young black athlete all the time and talk about how stupid they are. Man, they so stupid. Man, you had like $65 million and you broke. You stupid. They've never been taught how to keep it. You got to realize that they played ball most of their life. And then once they get through and they go from making no money, because when you're under athletic scholarship, you're not allowed to have a job. Many of you don't know that. But you're not allowed to have a job. The scholarship is supposed to take care of your food, your clothing, your housing, everything. In order to have that scholarship, if you're a professional athlete, you're not allowed to have a job until now. Now you can be paid on your likeness. What's up, Uncle Frank? But this is what we try to tell people countless times. It's like, y'all got to make a decision here because you guys are screwing this up. So what the NBA did was come up with these programs where they have classes to try to put these rookies, and as soon as they come in the league, they put them in school. So now players got to go to class and they got to learn media training. They're going to learn, like, they got investment groups and how to invest your money, what to do with financial planning. They have a lot of these courses for the young black athlete coming into the league. Now, the NFL, I know they didn't have these courses. I don't know if they do now, but I know they didn't have them. But the NBA had to, because they were going to be found liable in a lawsuit, saying, hey, you guys are giving out all these young kids before the age of 21 multi-million dollars and just sending them out in the world to work for you, and you weren't giving them any advice of trying to keep it. There was a lawsuit pending. So due to the lawsuit that was coming, it was going to be a huge class action lawsuit. They decided to take care of this all under the table. So nobody knows about it really. And this is why these rules and things were implemented, so they don't get sued massively. Even though you could argue they're over 18, they're grown. But if they're not even old enough to go into a bar and buy a beer, and you're giving them all of this access of money, it could be looked at as negligence. But like I said, they never tell you about how many Caucasian guys who come into the sport, how much money they make, right? We never hear about how much John Stockton made, Jeff Hornacek, even Larry Bird. We don't know how much Bird made. They even had the Larry Bird rule. Pay Bird what we feel like paying him. We want to pay Larry more money. It was like, damn, that ain't a slap in the face. The Larry Bird rule. Pay him what we want to pay him. And Michael Jordan said, well, you going to pay me the Larry Bird rule. You gonna pay the Michael Jordan rule. How dare he? No, how dare he comes in and asks for this money? Have you seen what he did for your league? Every team in the world want to pay him. While Reinsdorf was speaking as a doggone whipmaster, the Boston Celtics saw it as, you guys are fools. If y'all don't want to pay Michael Jordan, we will. So the Boston Celtics, whose general manager was black, sent in a letter to the Chicago Bulls when Jordan retired. Sent in a letter to the Chicago Bulls and said, we want permission to speak to Michael Jordan. No team could talk to Michael legally. You couldn't legally do that because he was still under contract with the Chicago Bulls. So the Bulls would have to give permission, even though he retired. The Bulls would have to give permission for another team to talk to Michael Jordan. He just couldn't go to any team he wanted because he retired still under contract to the Chicago Bulls. Not many people know that. So the black general manager from the Boston Celtics sent the Bulls a letter and told them, we request to speak to Michael Jordan. Because he said, oh, I know what Michael wants. And he'll get it here. He'll get it. So we just need the permission to speak to Mike. I have no inclination that Michael Jordan will not be playing baseball if I get to talk to Michael Jordan. The Chicago Bulls were scared to death. They said, no, we ain't giving y'all permission. No, you can't talk to Mike. And that's why Michael Jordan got to play in that Cubs-White Sox game and got sent to spring training when he wasn't damn sure good enough to go to spring training. They damn sure sent him though, didn't they? They was like, do you think Michael Jordan's good enough to go to spring training? I think we've seen some improvement. Well, I would think he's good enough to go to spring training. And there was players that earned the right, who trained all their life to become baseball players, to earn the spot. Michael Jordan's just taking it. Oh, man. Do you believe there's merit in lawsuits? Ain't Black Widow star Johansson, ain't she suing Disney because she want to get paid her full balance, even though she's getting 20 million plus back end money off of the streaming? She wants her full $50 million compensation, not taking in consideration what has happened during COVID. Not taking that into consideration one bit. And saying they're using this to strengthen Disney Plus. And her contract decided that she gets paid that money regardless. Was that merit? Or was that just being cold-hearted and inconsiderate? Knowing that movie theaters have been damn well closed. Some of them just opening back up. Last week was the first time you saw more than one new movie at the theater. They was putting one new movie every week because people weren't going to the movies like that, and they still aren't. People are still afraid to go to the movie theaters. That's funny. What's going on with Cappy? I couldn't tell you. She's been a ghost. Ever since that day, she's been a ghost. I mean, like, I live in a good neighborhood. So, but I worked my butt off to get here, you know? But here, I'm able to do more from here than I was ever being over there. That's crazy. I could do more from my neighborhood from over here than when I was staying there. They look at my address and be like, oh, you in the hood. You ain't gonna care what somebody in the hood got to say about the hood. But if you say you from over here, and you be, oh, okay, oh, don't worry. Well, okay, sir, yeah, oh, yeah, well, what's going on over there is this. I'd be like, I couldn't get this answer from nobody when I was there. Now that I ain't living over there, I can get all the answers I want. Ain't that a beat? Show you how much they think and care about community. In the alderman's office, what they possess and what they have, they put a map up in the air, right? And during that, when they put a map up, they have the map of the city. And they start what they call, like, what taxis drivers have. And it's normally a taxi map, basically. And they call zones. So you got to know your zones. When you're a taxi driver, whatever, got to know your zone. So they have certain things outlined in red. And I said, why is that red and blue? I'm thinking, oh, you know, Republican, Democrat. No. The red is the killing fields. That's where all your homicides are. That's where it's a red zone. They consider that a red zone. They consider that the killing fields. That's when I knew it was time to get out. I saw that and I said, so this is the game. You're never gonna improve nothing. It's not gonna improve, ever. They don't want it to. What they're doing is trying to corner all of the homicides, robberies, all the crime in a certain area and just push it all in and said, that's the killing fields. Hit the like button. And the thing about it is that I was told about it years ago in 1990/91. That's when I was told about it, and it never recalled to me until that man said killing fields. That's when it came to my attention. As soon as he said that word, Ice-T told us about this in 1990-91. Escape from the killing fields. The song came blaring in my head as soon as he said killing fields. And I said, I heard this song as a kid and never knew. Never knew. Because I didn't know anything then. Nobody wants to live in an urban war. You live there because your parents were poor. They lived there because theirs were also. Get yourself together. Hit the gates, bro. You got to get out. You got to get out. Why? Because the fields are where you die. I remember these lyrics, and I ain't heard the song since 1991. I used to play this song over and over. Never really focused on the lyrics of the record. Because I was a kid. So to have a better chance, you gotta basically escape and create opportunities. And that is the best way to do it. Saying, okay, you're gonna make that the killing fields, and you're not gonna try to help improve the area. You're only putting wound on a bleeding cut. You're putting a Band-Aid on a bleeding wound, in other words. And no one's gonna stop the bleeding. They're just gonna keep putting Band-Aids, more Band-Aid. They're gonna keep doing all of these things, but they're not gonna try to improve the area. They're not gonna try to improve the education. And they're gonna say, the handful that gets out, that make it and actually get out of the killing fields, these are the handful, the hand few that we're going to deal with and allow to go in and say, look, anybody can make it. It's not true. A lot of people are not born in a position that you may be born into. They might not be born in a nourishing household that preached education. People are born under conditions where they expect them to get on the block and start earning and stealing and making money. There's parents out there like that. Daddy's a hustler, mom on drugs. You know, it's man, I had a friend who was going through that. He was always quiet. And everybody just thought he was cool. You know, just like, man, look at him, he's cool, man. You stay quiet about everything. Stay quiet. Because he was suffering. I went to his house. One of his friends' brother, his older brother, who was a hustler, dealer, slick guy, came into his household, started talking to his mama, who's about 10 years older than him, than the older brother. The older brother slept. I'll tell y'all that later in the hood story. But you can guess how this finna go. Tell you that in another story, if I ain't told it already. What's up, Jonathan? My nature walk. Yeah, I had to get outside the house. I normally just walk around the crib. I get my miles in. No, the solution is to get out, establish yourself, go back and get others. Help them get out. Build your neighborhood and community up in an area that is not the killing fields. Build your own community up. I showed you that's what these people are doing. That's how they beat the American system. That's why they're being hunted now and being labeled as the enemy. Have you noticed everybody who America has labeled the enemy have not really been an enemy? None of them never really had a problem with you. How many people walk down the street and saw an Indian person be like, oh, the Indians. Oh man, he's from India. Move, run. They not a threat to nobody. Never been. But the moment 9/11 happened, boy, y'all looking at them funny. Like, he's wearing a turban thing on his head. When did he start doing that? What does that dot mean on the head? The red dot on the forehead, that must mean it's kill time. See? Brainwash. All because they figured out the system. They became the enemy because they had what America wanted. And they were becoming too powerful. They were powerful here in real estate, money, liquid cash, credit, all of it. Businesses, they had it all. So what was the American dream? Was being given to foreigners. They weren't going to tell you that, though. Think about it. Go to a hospital. Start looking at all the doctors. See how many people from India are your doctors, your MDs, your assistant. A lot of doctors, aren't they? Dr. Patels, Dr. Modi, Dr. Khan. It's a lot of them, aren't they? Do you think that's by accident? Right now, out here, there's a wing stop. Bunch of Indians on that wing stop. Indian people making chicken wing. That's crazy. Indian people owning Burger Kings, restaurants, selling them American type food, but they're owned by Indian Americans. Why is this? And I mean Indian meaning from India. Hell, they even gave the Indians here casinos. For the genocide of their land, we got nothing. Don't forget to hit the like button, good people. America goes to war when they see someone have something that they don't have and they want it. But they had to make themselves appear to be the good guys, so you go down that narrative. Well, to get back to basketball, and to skim through my mail, the Lakers, what they're doing right now, it's almost like a fire sale. What they're doing is recruiting. They're in a recruitment stage. They're recruiting new talent to play for their team. Which means all these guys got to learn to play with each other. And there's only one basketball. That's it. It's only one basketball. And all these guys are coming from different places where basketball is played in a different aspect. He said, "Who's actually on my team? Damn it! Y'all got Carmelo. Um, I think Dwight Howard is there. Still think y'all got Marcus Gasol. Y'all got Russell Westbrook. You got a bunch of spare parts. Bazemore's on the team now. You got Ellington, Wayne Duke Ellington. Somebody told Rachel Nichols she looked sexy. Have they ever seen Rachel Nichols? I guess nobody's ever seen Rachel Nichols in person. Woo, Jay Flowers, man, you put up 76 on Gavin. You ain't putting up 76 on me. You not gonna put up 76 on me. I know. Rachel Nichols look like, I'm gonna get you and your little dog too. Oh man. Yep, exactly. So this is the last minute of the video, I believe. Yep, last minute. So is anything you guys want to say? She dusty as hell. Dusty Braun. Yes, Kawhi's coming back. He's just restructuring his contract with the Clippers so that they can get other people on the team. It's gonna free up money the same way they did with Chris Paul. So because nobody was gonna pay Chris Paul that kind of money. So they just restructuring the deal, that's all. All right, yeah, I gotta play. I gotta get my rematch with Jay Flowers. That was my game. Yeah, Dallas is really failing in his free agency. If I'm Luka, I'm like, hey man, y'all ain't finna have me selling all the tickets and losing games. Y'all better go get some people.